Every man has got the right to decide his own destiny. And in the judgment, there is no partiality. So arm in arms, with arms, we fight this little struggle, children, cause that's the only way we can overcome a little trouble. Then brother, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right, yeah. So right, we go fight, we like to fight, we gonna fight, fighting for rights. That it trouble in America, set it up in America. Americans are liberate America. I liberate America. No more internal power struggle. Yeah, come together right now to overcome a little trouble, children. As soon we find out who is the real revolutionary. Cause I don't want my people to be contrary. So brother, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're so right. We go fight, we like to fight, we gonna fight, fighting for right. It liberate America. Hey, good morning, people from the world, from the United States, Nigeria, Africa, and around the world. This is Smart Mado Ajaja, the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite, and the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN and the Nightingale Radio International. This is election day, November 5th, 2024. And Americans decide. Yes, this message is targeted at Americans and especially Africans in America. When I mean Africans in America, I mean Africans who came here, Africans who are ancestors who were first here, and some of us who came on our own volition to be in this great country. Yes, great. United States is a great country. There's no doubt about that. Yes, and America can be greater if we have that sheer understanding that we have a shared destiny and that America is a global conglomerate that welcomes people from around the world. It did not start today and it's not going to change. But we can make it better by putting those in power, those who can continue to, live, expand the opportunities here in the United States without being overtly or covertly disrespectful to others. The world is a big stage. Yes, more than enough to go around everybody. And we should not be at dagger drawn at each other's throat over anything. Yes, so that's why this today is very important to especially Africans, African Americans, immigrants, and all those who love the United States. Black, white, Chinese, India, gay, straight, whatever you are. So I hope we have gone through months of campaigns here. A lot have been said. Voters, you have heard. So this is a minute, a moment for you to go into that place and do what is needful. Do something that will help this country to remain secure. Do something that will make opportunities, to continue to be expanded, beyond hate, beyond the tribal lines, beyond the racial lines and all that. America is a great country. We can only make it greater. And you and I and every other person, who lives here must do our part to ensure that we put the right persons, yes, at all levels and in every sector of this country as leaders and as the front of what defines this great country. That is what today is about. Africans, know your history, especially those who disrespect you, those who disrespect your continent, those who call your continent a shithole continent. But they forget that the history of Africa will not be complete without mentioning five very sad events of history. Yes, slavery. One, colonialism. Two, imperialism. Three, apartheid. Four, now globalization. Yes, and all targeted negatively and dangerously at Africa. I don't know that race on earth that will stand what the Africans have passed through. Yes, through these five very dangerous events of history. Yes, I don't know that race that will go through it. So this is what you must put as an African, African American, immigrants, or every person who has died, and any man or woman of justice. This is what you must put in your mind before you cast that ballot. Ask yourself these questions. Can we live in a world where all of us can be accepted, and regardless of our skin color and our racial backgrounds? Ask yourself that question. And honestly, truth to truth, among the candidates who are running for various offices, are you sure you are voting based on their abilities? Yes. Competency? Yes. Content of character? Yes. And the abilities to build, utilize, expand, extend, sustain capacity beyond themselves? Those are questions we must be asking ourselves. Are we going to continue to live in racial disharmony in this country, this great country, United States of America? When that's that name, United States of America, united, like people coming together to get things done, from generation to generation. Think about it. All right? We don't want a divided States of America. That's what some people want. And that is why they put up all those very dangerous and very hateful rhetoric. Shithole country, shithole continent. Yes, black jobs and all that. So you need to ask. And then look at, you say you are a child of God, you are a Christian. You're a Christian, right? You hear what has been coming out from the corrupt Christian evangelicals here in the United States. Yeah, it means like they support evil, they support criminality. Yeah, so, and I know God does not support ugly. So why should we allow anybody to mislead us using the Bible? Yes, to justify hate, to justify criminality, to justify disrespect. These are the things that we'll be asking, and looking at healthcare and the right of people to make some very important choices, about their healthcare, and then not leaving healthcare and strategic choices that matters, that has to do with life, in the hands of government and in the hands of insurance companies. These are the questions we must ask. Ask yourselves, as an American, I don't know the positions of the two candidates, especially on healthcare. Why is America not able to provide free healthcare for all of its citizens? Why? Canada is doing it. Your brother Canada is doing it. United Kingdom, the same thing in Germany and all other European countries. So why is it different here in the United States? That America, great, the biggest world power, yes, because of politics, cannot address that critical issue of affordable and accessible healthcare to all of its citizens. I think these are more important than all the racial rhetoric that we've been hearing and have been put out there, especially by one of the candidates. I'm talking about Donald J. Trump. So Americans, those who have not cast their votes, you should ask yourselves these basic questions. This country is a great country. This country is a big country. This country is a resourceful country that can champion in a revolution, yes, a revolution for good, for the whole of the world. Yes, to put this country in the hands of a dangerous man or woman is to put the world at risk. And this is why it is important that we must make that choice that reflects what America says it is. Yeah, yeah, to the world. Yes, so today is a historic moment, and I hope all of you are out there doing your best. All of you who have not voted, you must vote, taking cognizance of the global positioning of America. Yes. How do you want the world to see the United States of America going forward, especially as a result of the choice you will make today? So think about it. Are you making the right choice? Are you making the choice that will make the world to continue to respect the United States of America? Are you making a choice that will put America right now as it is on trial? America is on trial right now. Hey, Janet, thank you very much for joining. And Ezio White, hey, hello, how are you? Jit, how are you? I hope you're doing good. Yes, please share this broadcast. You know, if you live in the United States, share it among with your friends and your well wishers, family members, and everybody who has something to vote. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let us make it happen today, so that later in the evening we'll be listening to good news. I pray and hope that all those who are voting honestly, and not because they are not voting by virtue of the color of their skin. Yes, it is of no use in this. This country has people from around the world. It's no longer about skin color. It's no longer about racial supremacy. It's about the United States of America. Yes, its present, its future, and the well-being of its citizens. That is what matters today. How are you voting? So let me know something. If you got any question, I am here ready to answer them. So let us, have a moment, 30 minutes of looking at how things are playing out. What is it in the state where you are? If you are in the United States, please, and you are joining, let me know the state you are coming from so we can, give an idea what is taking place in your various states. Yes, I am here. Oh, okay. Okay, Ezio White, you're in Croatia. How is Croatia? Thank you. Bless up. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, today's election day here. All right. Oh, from Michigan. Hey, what's up? What's up in Michigan, sir? Yes, what's happening? Tell us what's going on in Michigan. I hope everything is good, selling good and straight. And we are hoping for a hitch-free election. Thank you very much. So please share and get some other persons involved in this. Thank you, thank you. I'm so excited. I voted, so I am listening to people from across the United States and around the world. Yes. What are your expectations? What do you think? Who do you think is going to win? Let us talk about them. Yes. And this is Smart Mado Ajaja. Yeah, okay, Michigan is good. I'm glad to hear that. Good, good, good. Good. All right. All right, all right. Hey, from Facebook. Yeah, I see you. Thank you very much. Please share. And this is an exciting day, and I think we are going to make some history today. That's some serious history. Yes. Will Americans put America in danger in the hands of a dictator? Will Americans put their country in the hands of a dictator who and who admires Adolf Hitler, who killed over 6 million Jews? Yeah, because he hated them. He hated the Jews. Will America, honestly, will America take the risk of putting their country in the hands of a Hitler-like presidential candidate? For me, I don't think so. I don't think they should. But people have a right to making their choices, and I hope every choice and any choice you make is driven by honesty, it's driven by your vision about the good of America and its people. So Well, it is in the hands of the American citizens to ensure that they did what they did in 2020 when one man came and thought that he could dictatorially hold the country down. And they told him, no, this is the United States of America. Are we going to see a reenactment of that choice? Let us go. Today is November 5, 2024. Yes, Americans, it is in your hands. The ball is in your court. And the world is watching. Will America put somebody, yes, who will reduce the stature of America, yes, as president of their country? This is a choice Americans must make. So please, if you are joining, let us know where you are joining from, and let us know what is happening in your area. Share your opinion about this discussion, and let us go. If you have any questions, that are specific to this election, please feel free to ask. We are here. Yes, I am so happy to, be spending this historic moment with my viewers and my fans, my associates from around the world. And if you are joining for the first time, please do us a favor and subscribe to our channel. Yes, it is very important to us, because that way you will help us grow and expand our mission of bringing an alternative way of reporting information to the world. Outside what the mainstream media twist our brains, to learn things that only positively impact their finances and not giving the world what they truly need. We don't take money from politicians, but we do appreciate your subscription and any kind of support you can give to us to advance the cause of our message. That is where we are. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope that today we'll be there. Ryan, how many genders are there? I don't quite understand your question, Ryan. Can you please, rephrase it in a manner that I perhaps will get a clearer understanding of what you're trying to say? Yes, please do. Yes, this is ONN on YouTube and Open Nigeria on Facebook. I'm so happy to be spending this time with you guys. Today is America's election day. Yes, historic it is. November 5th, 2024. All right, are we looking for an upset? Are we looking to see an upset? Yes. Is history going to be made today? Yes, absolutely. History is going to be made, yes. One way or the other. History will be made in this country because there's someone running, a race, a woman for that matter, running a race to become the next president of America. And there was one who was a president of the United States before now. He was there for 4 years, and Americans kicked him out because they didn't like him. And now he's staging a comeback. Well, has that ever happened in the history of the United States? I need to check into that. Yes, so if he comes in, he'll be making a history, from someone who was out of office and then he came back and wins an election. So history is looking around. But we hope that it will be a history that will be that will mean well for this country. Yeah, I hope it will be a history that will lead to the election of someone who has respect for the people of this country and this country as a country. We will not be, I personally will not be happy to see America slide into the hands of an extremist who threatened to carry out the biggest deportation in the history of America. So which means millions of immigrants stand the risk of being deported. And this is why it is very, very important, especially for immigrants from Africa, to stand up for their children, to stand up with their votes. If you have not voted, you must make your way to that voting station and cast your vote. Because this is someone is not hiding his feeling. And he's speaking for some people, some extremists in this country who hate immigrants. Yes, who hate immigrants. But they forget that God did not create anybody to be inferior or to be an immigrant, to be so described and despised because he migrated or she migrated from one place to another. Yes. See, for the Africans, those who hate immigrants are the ones who came, when they came to Africa, they came claiming that they were missionaries who came to help Africans. All right? They did not, nobody called them illegal. All right? They bought and sold us as slaves. They transported over 20 million Africans across the Atlantic Ocean for a solid 400 years. Yes, 400 years that they brought us here. Yeah, this species of people who hate other people, they were from Europe. Yes, they forget how their own ancestors came. When they came and called themselves pilgrims. Today, they are calling human beings illegal immigrants. They are calling them immigrants. But when they go to other people's places, they go there with nice names. Pilgrims, missionaries, and all that. All right? So remember, especially for you who is an African, remember your history. Remember your history. They came as traders. After a while, they upscaled their trading to buying human beings. All right? Buying human beings and transporting them across the Atlantic on whose backs Britain was built, on whose back Portugal was built, on whose back Spain was built, on whose back France was built, on whose back the whole of Western Europe was built, on whose back Washington, United States, and a great part of this country, America, was built. So why do they despise people like you and I? This is a question. And this is why this election is very critical. Yes. I do not care who was there. We supported Joe Biden in 2020. We supported Bill Clinton and many other presidents who have led this country without any problem because they proved that they were good people. They were not extremists. They were not racists. At least they did not demonstrate overtly that they were racists. And the world stood behind them. And when I mean the world, all Americans, both born here, Indians, Chinese, Indians, the original owners of the land, people who came from across this world, from Europe, and everybody stood behind them and voted for them. And they won election. There came one man with so much hate in his heart. His grandfather was from Nazi Germany. Yes, he took part in the KKK marches here in the United States. And I guess he passed that tradition to this man that wants to set America on fire. And this man that the people of the United States must resist by any means so he doesn't become president, as he threatened to become a dictator on day one and deport all immigrants outside the United States. So please, when you are voting, I don't care where you are from Croatia, he doesn't care about you. His wife is an immigrant. See how disrespectful he is. So you see what we are talking about. This is why we all must rise in fury today and vote like we have never voted before. Yes, vote like we have never voted before. Vote America out of trouble. Vote for peace in America. Vote for tolerance in America. Vote for everything positive in America. Vote for more access to opportunity for the American people. Yes, I agree that people should come into America, follow procedures. But America is a global conglomerate. Sometimes the hunger to come here takes you far and drives you really hard to want to do whatever you can to be able to get in. People see America from outside as heaven that they must, want to come to. So we must do things. Yes, there should be order in the United States, but I disagree with those who label immigrants as the reason for the violence in America, violent crimes in America. There are crimes all over the place. Timothy McVeigh did not come from Africa. He bombed a place in this country. Yes. So let's not. That's what labeling people as a whole is not a good thing. Not American. That's not an American culture, and we must not allow it. Yes. Is your wide? What countries do you like? I love all countries everywhere on earth. I don't have hate. I don't have mischief. I don't have bigotry. And the reason is because I'm a Rastafarian. Rastas we don't like borders. We want every border to be broken down so that people have access to opportunity to be everywhere they want. God did not create a border when He created the earth. Yeah, that there are borders are man-made. It's not what God wanted for us. So I don't hate anybody. I love every country, no matter how big or small that those countries are. As long as they are doing the right thing, as long that they don't hate people, they open their doors. I am from Nigeria, for instance. Nigeria is a welcoming country, although Nigeria is on the canvas right now because of bad leadership. Yeah, you see, if you've been following me, you see what I do about Nigeria all the time. Yes, Nigeria is not what we want. Nigeria is, like Donald Trump said, it's an example of a shithole country. Not because the people wanted it to be so. Africa became a shithole country because of 5 events. The people who turned Africa into shithole countries, into a shithole continent, have no right to be calling Africa a shithole continent and its people from a shithole continent. They were the ones who wrecked Africa with slavery. They were the ones who wrecked Africa with colonialism. They are the ones who wrecked Africa with apartheid. They were the ones who came and they imperialized Africa. They are the ones who are globalizing the world now to make Africa their own property, and they expect us not to speak. So that is why we are taking the position. That is why we are calling on Africans who live inside the United States. There are millions of them. They can vote. Go and vote for your life. Yeah, I'm telling you, vote for your children's life. Vote for your continued existence here. Because if power gets into some of these extremists' hands, they are going to use it like their ancestors did. Yes, several hundreds of years ago, that led them into buying and selling Africans, yeah, and using them as pawns, yeah, using them as work dogs and work animals, and during which time they did whatever they liked to them. They shot and killed many of them. Yes, Africans were hanged like squares on treetops here in the United States. You don't want that era to come. They are regrouping again for that era. And that is why every African must stand up. Yes, that is why every African who can vote here, or every American, black, white, and who don't like these extremists, yeah, they are a species. It's not all of them. They are a species, very dangerous. Yeah, the same species from which Hitler came. They are the ones creating confusion. Any person who stands with Benjamin Netanyahu, who is killing Palestinians, in droves, should not be allowed to be president of the United States. No, no, on no account should that person be allowed to become the president of the United States. Yes. Any person who has no value for other people, who look down on other people, who make them self feel like they are superior, while others are inferior. They have no business leading a country as strategic to the world and as beautiful as the United States. This is what this whole thing is about. So you go out there. Yes, if you can vote today, go out there and vote everything but that person and those group of persons who hate immigrants to the extent of rounding up all of them as violent criminals, as people who eat pets. I have never seen a thing like that. That is extremism. That is how much hate can go. And we should learn from that. Yeah. And nobody does this to them anywhere they find themselves. These people, these are the ones who are driving businesses, corporations that come to steal from Africa. Nobody challenges them. Nobody calls them names the way they call people here. America is a global conglomerate. America is an immigrant country, and it will continue to remain so. But your vote today will help sustain that America is that friendly immigrant country. And everybody who comes here, honestly, contributes one way or the other to the growth and development of the American economy. Not all of us who come here from outside come here to do criminal things. We are expanding the dreams of America. Some of us have businesses that are hiring Americans. Yes, who are Americans, they say, who are born here. You know, so when you, I know there are, I believe perhaps there are more immigrants doing businesses here that are hiring Americans than the Americans born here. So why this hate? Why is it that some people don't want them in this country? Yes. Yeah, hey, German Gosman. Yeah, that is that's your right. Yeah, I guess you are from Germany, right? Yeah, that is where Donald Trump's grandfathers come from. I understand that. I hope you are not a Nazi. You know, as long as you are not a hater, I don't have any problem. I hope you are not the one who want to kill people or despise people because of their skin color. You can vote for him. He has a right. Yeah, you have a right to vote for whoever you want to vote. Oh, you are from El Salvador, Salvadorian. Yes. You from El Salvador? Donald Trump don't want people from your country. He doesn't want immigrants for your country. Then, well, but you have a right to vote for him. I'm not going to contest your whether you vote for him or not. But I just only ask you a question. It's only mostly extremists, ignorant people. Yeah. You know, ignorant people are mostly the ones. Uneducated Americans are mostly the ones, lining behind Donald Trump. Those who have brains, those who have education, don't they know that he's not a good man for to be president of here. So I don't know how much education you have, for you to be thinking the way you are thinking. If you're a Salvadorian, they are going to deport. They are going to deport thousands of your fellow Salvadorians. You hear me? Yes. That's your problem. So, hey, this one is today is America's election day. Everybody, come out and do your part. Vote for whoever you want to vote. But we want at the end of the day that is defeated. Um, um, thank you thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mary. Yes. We want to defeat hate. We want to defeat extremism. We want to defeat hypocrisy. Yes, we want to defeat racial and religious and stole our people. But what we don't want. So that is what we don't want. Every African who lives here who can vote, every immigrant who lives here who can vote, they must come out. Gosman, I'm not interested in your research because I know much more than enough. Yeah, about what I'm doing. I don't tolerate haters. Any person who hates another person because of his or her skin color, is not worthy to be a human being. It's much more than an animal. Yes. You who put yourself as your race is better than other races, you denigrate other races. You are not a human being. Yes. So that is where we are going to be disagreeing. And he did not just say it once. He said it directly. He said it remotely. He said it in many other forms. So that is why Americans, get up and stand up. Stand up for your rights. Yes, your founding fathers established a country that was built upon human rights. So if you don't, yeah, thank you. Hey, thank you, bless up. Thank you, thank you. Get some more other people to vote. Spread this message. Call Americans from everywhere in the United States who can vote and they have the ability to vote. Let them come out and vote. Let us repeat what we did in 2020. Yes. Yes. Let us do it. We did it before and we can do it again. And I know that today it will be repeated even in a bigger with bigger numbers. Yes. Hate must die. Hate must die. Hate must die. And love must live in America. America should not degenerate into Nigeria. I mean, America should not put a criminal in power like we have in Nigeria. You see what I'm saying? You see, Gosman, I hope you hear me. Do you know something about Nigeria? Yes. A man who was convicted on 34 count charges should not be sitting as the president of the United States. It's a disgrace if America allows that to happen. If Americans allow that to happen today. Yes, a criminal. He's condemned, convicted criminal. Yeah. It's not just, I'm not the one saying it. In black and white. 34 count charges. 34 count charges. Okay, Ezio White. Oh, in Croatia, you cannot vote. You have to be in the United States to be able to vote. You have to be like a citizen of the United States. Yes, with a voter's card to be able to vote. But just vote with your voice. And that is more than enough. And a lot of people from around the world are voting with their voice. Yes. Yes, Mary, yes. I agree with you. We will smile after this election. I agree with you. I share your sentiment. Which state are you in the U.S.? Good, good. I'm so happy to hear that. So, Gosman, it is just look at what it is, a simple thing. Would you want anybody discriminating against you? I don't know your skin color, but I don't know skin color. I've been to countries around this world, and I love all the places that I've been to. But I don't want anybody treating me some kind of way because of my skin color, because I don't do it to people. And I don't want you to be so bold to openly tell me about how superior you are to me because you have some kind of skin color. No. So that is where we have problems with some people, some extremists here in the United States. And that is what this part of what this election today is. We are voting out racial extremism. We are voting out racial supremacist ideology. We want to vote and remain in the United States with respect. A country with citizens that have respect for one another. Black, white, brown, red, or whatever they are. So we will not, we should not do anything that will put a criminal with racial extremism in power. All right, Mary. Thank you, thank you. I'm from Texas, Houston, Texas. That's where I stay. I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy to hear from you, and I thank you for your support always. I really appreciate. Yes, 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 yes. God bless you. So, America, I hope you are getting more Nigerians, more Africans to get involved with this. So, because there are some of our Nigerian brothers and sisters who are so daft. The kind of reasons they are advancing and that for which they are voting for Donald Trump. I feel like, are you okay? One sent me a message the other day. I was like, my guy, man, why are you sending me this kind of message? Some people say Donald Trump is a Christian. This religion, it make people they some kind of, he's a Christian. How is he a Christian? What makes you so because he carried Bible and turned it upside down? And the pastors in Nigeria, pastors in Africa are rooting for Donald Trump. Somebody told me that Donald Trump will come and fight Boko Haram in Nigeria. Give me a break. They don't understand how all these things work. They don't understand what they call strategic economic interest. They don't understand what they call strategic geopolitical interests. What drive nations to come into Africa? Yes, yeah. Why all of them jump into Africa? Everybody wants to help Africa. Hey, okay, bless up. He said I should run for president of Nigeria. Well, that's a very good wish. Thank you very much. If whatever permits makes that happen, maybe. But Nigeria is in a big shit right now. For me to run for president of Nigeria, for a good someone like me to run for president of Nigeria, we have to demolish the Nigerian system. It's Babylon that is in Nigeria right now. So that is part of my work. For any good person, no good person can win an election in Nigeria right now. We have to demolish the Nigerian system. And that Nigerian system is part of which the type of what drives Trump, have helped established in Africa, all over Africa, not just only in Nigeria. They make sure that good people don't come to power in Africa. Because when good people come to power in Africa, you will be able to they will be able to stand up face to face, eyeball to eyeball, head to head, toe to toe, to tell them we are not going to accept your bullshit that you come to do in Africa. They only love drug dealers. They only love certificate forgers. They love fraudsters as leaders in Africa. That is why Africa is not progressing. And they will turn around and call Africa a shithole continent. Yes, shithole continent that they come and exploit. You see, Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, half of its, a quarter of its citizens are in camps, refugee camps. Africa, yeah. Congo, let me tell you, Congo is the single richest country on earth. You'll be surprised to see that the people don't have drinking water. They don't have food to eat. Yes. Why is that? It's people like Donald Trump. Their companies are the ones who stage war, who create wars in that part of Africa and all over Africa. Because they know that when good people come and take over the management of Africa, there'll be trouble in the world. And that is where we are working for. And that is why we are going back to the dreams of our independence founding fathers, led by Kwame Nkrumah. Yes. Modibo Keita, Sekou Toure. Yes. Julius Nyerere, Jomo Kenyatta. Yes. Abdel Nasser. And later Mandela, Samora Machel. And Robert Mugabe. Let me tell you a little bit about Robert Mugabe. They demonized him to make him look like he's a bad man. And they put it in our head. When they want to squeeze you tight and destroy you, they will demonize you. What did Mugabe do? Mugabe stood up to them and said, okay, before independence, we agreed about how we are going to distribute land. All of us signed off on it. Now, let us do it. Imperial Britain said no. Yes, that they should live it like that, so that 1% of the population, 1%, sadly, white people in Zimbabwe, we should control all the arable lands in Zimbabwe. Who will accept that? Will a real white man who has conscience accept that? That was why. When he refused, and then he moved as the president of the country to start redistributing land, what did they do? They ganged up against him. They brought NATO. They even brought Obama into it. Obama, the son of a black man, the son of an African, brought into it with this star power of the United States. They held Mugabe down. They stopped all economic activities in that country. They created a hunger in the land. And then the people turned against him. That was how Mugabe became a bad man. Mugabe is the smartest African president that have lived. Yes. When it took the country was running well, they started creating confusion. And it's people like Donald Trump that do that. And that is why we should not allow him here to become president of the United States, and then we give him another tool to do what they have been doing. They know best. So you see, the Zimbabwean economy was destroyed. Yes, was destroyed on purpose because of one man. Because of one man, they destroyed the economy of Zimbabwe. And all of us believe that Mugabe was a bad man. We agreed that he was bad. Yes, you know, when people are hungry, they will react. Yes, and that is exactly the same thing. The country's currency became scandalously ridiculous, the exchange rate. There was no more, even bread was no more on the shelf of Zimbabwe. This is what these people do. And that is why we are going back to the basics. United States of Africa. We want an American president who will understand the need for Africa to be free and still be accessible, you know, on equal terms with respect, you know, respect. We want respect. We want respect. We are tired of being in the school where we cannot graduate. And this is what Donald Trump wants for Africa. And that is why we are going to resist. And then the resistance must start from here. If you're an African with a voting right, go and vote. Don't, it's not about Jesus Christ. Leave Jesus out of it. Leave the Bible out of it. And they don't even know who wrote the Bible that they came back, edited it and brought it to Africa and used it as a tool to oppress and repress and steal the minds of our people. Let me tell you, those who don't understand, the Bible, what they call Bible and Quran was the work of the black man. 72 black scholars came together and wrote that book. Then the Arabs call it the Quran. The white man took it, edited it in his favor, and brought it back to Africa as Bible. And since then, we have not been the same. Why? Because our minds our ancestors' minds were altered. They became schizophrenics and strangers to themselves and strangers to their land, in their own land. That is why we have been confused for a very long time. There are people who understand what is taking place. Yeah, so when they come telling you about help, why should Africa, why should Nigeria, why should Congo, why should we be receiving aid when we have 45% of the earth's resources? I am talking to you now. You are listening to me. You are watching me. The thing that makes it happen is only found in Congo. Yes, yes, only in Congo. Only in Congo. That is where you find and many other things. We have everything that can make us the best. And that is what we are working for. We are looking for the partners who will say, Africa, it's time. Rise. And when Africa rises, the whole of the world rises. Now, why is it that the whole world wants Africa? Russia is looking for Africa. America is looking for Africa. The reason is because whoever controls Africa controls the world. We want to be treated with respect. So that is why it's most important for somebody who understands the plight of Africa, somebody who have been denied access to opportunity, somebody who have been told that it's impossible, you can't be this. That's what we want. We don't want slave masters anymore telling us what to do, telling us, running us around like little kids. You know how painful it is with some people like with a high intellectual capacity, you know, looking at little Macron in France, who married his great-grandmother as his wife, disrespecting the whole of Africa, not because he's more intelligent than the rest of us, because we have idiots as heads of Nigeria that I cannot meet, you know. So we are tired of this bullshit. That is why we are telling Africans, go back home now and start thinking, you know, get out of this race, get out of this box. Get out of this box that we cannot. Get out of this box that he will take some people from outside to help us build our countries. We must build it. They build theirs. We have to build our own. So we want partners who will understand our plight and, support us, not by giving us anything. Just let us be. Let us be. After all, United States, yes. Oh, Mary, you had lived in Zimbabwe. Really? Yes. Wow, wow, wow. That's interesting to know. That's interesting to know. Yes, absolutely. Like, yes, once you walk against Oyibos, yeah, they rubbish you. And then, yeah, that was the case of Zimbabwe. I know it. It pained me when some people, even they used the Mandela against him later. Yeah, yeah. They pressured Mandela to make a speech. Mandela was one of his closest friends. They used him to make a speech. Yes, it's sad. So now we seen the light. We got to stand up for our rights. Now that we've seen the light, young Africans, this is why I take a lot of time to dive into the history of Africa, the history of Nigeria, as much as I can, so we can reconfigure the way we think and come back. God that they talk about, we had the original encounter. The black man was the first man God made. He's the real man. He's the first man that had the encounter with the Almighty God. That they stole from him and changed everything around, make him an idiot about God. Look at what they are preaching in Nigeria. But that's a story for another day. I'm so happy to have had the opportunity of spending this time with you guys. And I look forward to later in the evening when we'll be talking about how it is progressing and really hoping that Americans will answer like they answered in 2020. And Nigeria will be set free. America will be set free. America, the threat to America's, security will be reduced, will be removed because this guy is dangerous. Somebody who adores Hitler is not any person anybody should not be afraid of. Yes, if you are not afraid right now, I don't know when you should be afraid. Yes, even in the United States, he scares the shit out of them. No, the Americans scared. They don't. They avoid him. Yes. So this guy is a bully that must be wrestled down, and no day could have been as better and as historic than today to make it happen 2 times in a row. History will be made today. I tell you, history will be made, and the history will be made, and we look forward to seeing a positive history that will resonate with the rest of the world. Today is a day. All right, so hey, I thank you all of you who took time. Mary, thank you very much for the perspective. I really appreciate that, and I'm happy that you live here in the United States where I live. So I'm sure we'll find a way to communicate some more, and so we can talk more on Open Nigeria and see how we can do. Thank you. God bless you. Yeah, yes, and you too. More strength to you. I love you, and you take care. Bye for now, my viewers from Nigeria, across Africa, and around the world. I wish you the best of today. And while waiting for what is going to be happening next, be back again, and join us whenever you see us. And if you have not subscribed again, please take a moment to do so and hit the button so that anytime we are online with something new, mostly always something positive, so you'll be the first to be part of it. God bless you and have a great day.